Hello everyone on YouTube, welcome back. This is Nathan here with you, and this is Swimmer Sync. So, I don't know how long the video is going to be today, might be a little bit short. I just wanted to come on here and say that I'm running across Canada, and if you want to join me on the journey, all you have to do is go to my Instagram, I'll put it up here, and just click follow. All I ask is for a couple likes, that's it, some comments, I don't know. That's if you really want to, but I just wanted to come on here and make the announcement. And yeah, this is something that I've been wanting to do for years now, and I've been putting it to the side, right? Because obviously it seems like a daunting task running all the way across Canada, right? Where I really got this inspiration from was taking trips across Canada, right? So I used to take trips with my uncle back in like 2019, 2018 after I finished school. One time we drove all the way to Nova Scotia, and this took probably about I don't know, at least 18 hours. I'm in Toronto right now. So from Toronto all the way to Nova Scotia is about an 18-hour drive, right? So we left in the morning, drove till about like 2 a.m. Then my uncle went to sleep and woke up again and finished the ride in the morning, probably by like 12. So yeah, just taking the trip across, I seen how the climate changes, right? So if I'm going from here in Toronto and I keep driving, the climate starts to change towards the end of Quebec, right? And what I mean by that is you start to see a lot of moss on the trees, start to see a lot of green, just a lot of different things that you can see along the way. And I really enjoyed my trip across Canada, right? To the East Coast. And we also went for a trip to Saskatchewan. He used to sell things. He had a business, so I used to travel with him sometimes, right? So went to Saskatchewan. That was probably something like a 20-hour drive. I don't know. That one was really long. And it's just beautiful. I love road trips. I know running's not gonna be a road trip, but I just want to see my country, and I want to push myself and change my life. If you're asking why I'm making this trip across Canada, I'm going to tell you why. There's two big reasons. One, I feel like my purpose on this earth is to help people. And throughout this journey, I would love to raise money. I don't know if it's going to go to a foundation or what's going to happen, because me and my mother, we have a nonprofit organization, right? So in a perfect world, I would love for the money to go there so we can put the money wherever we see fit. I'm not trying to take the money for ourselves and go on trips, right? I'm trying to help people. We have a lot of impoverished people, not only in Toronto, but in the rest of the country, and also in America. If you're watching from America, I don't know where you're watching from, but there's many homeless people, and there's many people who are one paycheck away from being homeless. And so I feel like that's very powerful, because our government, Canada, we sent billions of dollars to Ukraine last year. And I just think to myself, like, like I know governments, don't call me a conspiracy theorist here. A lot of governments are corrupted, right? And I don't know why exactly they're sending billions of dollars to Ukraine, but I know for a fact, if you gave like a small fraction of that, 10% of it, to the people of your own country, then a lot of people's lives would be different. And I don't see the government doing this. So I want to take it in my own hands to help people myself. Because if I don't help people, then nobody will. I don't want to say nobody will, but there are good people in this earth that do help people. But if I can help people travel the country and change my own life in the process, brings me to my next point. If I could help people see the country, travel, and change my own life in the process, then that's something that I really need to do. Like I said, I've been putting it to the side. And the reasons I've been putting it to the side is because just think in your head. Think to yourself, if I told you, or if one of your friends asked, if one of your friends told you, hey, I'm going to run across Canada, you'd say, what do you mean? Are you serious? But the other big question would be how? How are you going to do it? And honestly, I could just get a plane ticket to Halifax right now, or to PEI, the farthest point in Canada, and I could run across, right? You don't really need planning, but for what I want to do with it, you need planning, right? So the question is how. And I know how in my head, right? I want at least 2 to 3 people to come with me, right? I need somebody to drive, need somebody to film, and I need like another support person to either support me or the other 2 others, right? Said other a lot in that sentence, but I need at least like 2 or 3 people. 3 would be lovely to go on this trip with, right? So need a cameraman, probably a bike for the cameraman to be on. I want this to be streamed on Twitch the whole time. Probably not the sleeps, but I will want everything recorded, like everything I'm saying, all of my actions of waking up in the morning, what I do from the start of the day till the end. I feel like that's important for people to watch it, to see me actually doing it, and it'll bring traction. Like I said, the second reason is to change my life. And this could sound selfish to some people, but one thing I know is that once I run across Canada, my life will be changed. And it won't be changed because of the money that I raise, because I'm not going to be using that for myself. So financially, I'll still be in the same place I was when I left, unless I have some sponsorships and stuff in a perfect world, right? Inshallah, that'll happen. I need to do this to change my life. And there should be a message to anybody who wants to do something, anybody who is thinking of doing something. You are capable of doing it. My grandma always told me, Nathan, you can do anything you put your mind to. And this is very true. Anything you put your mind to, you can do. You have to believe it. For one, you have to believe it, right? And then you have to start taking action. If you don't believe it, obviously there's not going to be no action taken. But more important than actually believing in it, actually, I don't know which one's more important, but if you believe it, you're going to have to take action eventually. And if you don't, then that just becomes a dream that goes in the graveyard, and you're probably going to be on your deathbed thinking, what if it happened? And so with this process, I'm changing my life. And I'm not changing it like, it's not just going to like, I'm not just going to snap and my life's going to be changed. The whole process requires my life to be different, right? So if you follow my Instagram, you'll see that I've been posting almost every day. It hasn't been every day. I might take a day or 2 off of the posting. And honestly, I still have to condition my body to run every single day because it's hard, but I feel like I'm getting better with it. You have to overload some days, and then some days you have to go lighter, right? But it's gonna have to be a complete change in my life, meaning I'm gonna have to run every day, pick up that good habit. I'm gonna have to post every day. I don't always post every day. I don't always edit every day, but these are the things that I'm gonna have to change. Run every day, post every day. Not only make posts, but I have to live what I'm saying in my posts. So if I'm saying certain things in my posts, if I'm telling you to be motivated and things of that sort, I can't just be over here like half-assing it. Because in all honesty, I can go outside right now, act like I'm running. I could take a jog for literally 2 minutes. I could take a jog around the block, record a couple things, record my face saying some motivational stuff, record my feet running in the snow, and then I could go back home, splice up the videos from days before, and boom, I have a video made. But I'm not doing that. I need to challenge myself. The only person who is going to lose from that is myself, right? So it's going to take a lot of change in my life. And like I said, why not go on this adventure? Why not do it? And like I was saying before, if your friend came up to you and told you, I'm gonna run across Canada, you would say how and why and are you serious? And to be honest, I am serious. I've been serious for a few years now. And I've just had a lot of, I don't want to say bad things happen to me, because everything that God sends in your path, you're able to deal with, and everything has its own purpose, right? So I don't want to call things bad, but I've had a lot of ups and downs, a lot of downs actually in my past couple years that have tested me. I've tested my mental health. I've tested everything about me, right? I've tested my character, all of these things. My life has been crazy for the past like 3 years. Okay, so I know for a fact if I didn't have kids and whatnot, like I'd probably might have already went. Maybe not. Maybe I wouldn't be as driven as I am now. But I believe this would have happened either way. Might have happened sooner, but I've had a lot of ups and downs, and I feel like it's time to actually do it. I've thought about it. I've went over it in my brain so many times, and I thought, you know what, Nathan? Why not get at this and change your life? It's not just about like going on this trip and becoming like a famous streamer. Like that's not my goal, is not to be famous. If things happen in that way, okay, I'll take it, then I'll have to deal with it. But personally, I enjoy walking the street and people not really knowing me. And so it's gonna be a weird thing, because I know, like, Canada's small compared to the US, so there's gonna be a lot of people who don't know me, but there's gonna be a certain few people who do know me. And I feel because I'm a young black man, I'm gonna get traction from not only like people of my country, but people of color like around the world, especially if I have a powerful message. So I'm preparing myself in all aspects to make this trip and actually finish and prepare myself for what comes after, because I can make this run, do all these things, but if I'm not prepared for what comes after, then what good is it? And plus I'll have more responsibility, right? Like if I make this trip, I raise a bunch of money, I have the responsibility to move this money to places where how can I put this? I'm gonna have to put the money places. No, I'm gonna actually rephrase it all. I'm gonna have to put my money where my mouth is. So if I get all this money, not my money, but if all this money gets donated to my cause, what am I gonna have to do with it? I'm gonna have to have a responsibility with people's money that they sent me, right? And I have to make calculations in my head and go over different scenarios that I can do with this money, what's allowed, what's not allowed. Like me personally, I know I want to feed families, right? So gift cards for grocery stores, people need those things, right? But I need to make sure I touch like a good amount of people, not just a little bit of people, but I have to make sure the people that I touch, things are substantial, and like I make a substantial cause in their life, right? So it's really it's a really powerful thing that I want to do. And this is a message to you who's ever watching this. You can do the same thing. You can do whatever you put your mind to. But you really have to change, and you have to focus in on the thing that you want to do. And personally, like doing this series, posting on Instagram the way I have been, I've never really been the type of person to talk on my Instagram to my followers. I don't even want to call it my followers, like the people who know me, because Instagram's like the new Facebook, right? I only have 260 followers, so a lot of people who are on my stuff I met in person, who physically know me. So I've never been the type of person to make a video and talk to the people that know me, because I feel a bit embarrassed, or maybe people from high school are going to see my stuff on the recommended and they're going to talk about me and this and that. And I thought about it a lot. I made these videos in the summer. I made a bunch of videos in the summer and never got posted. And so it's kind of funny that I'm doing it now in the winter time. And I told myself this is happening in 2026, and then I look at the calendar and stuff, and I'm like, yo, it's already December. So 1st of December I started. That was the first video I made. And it's just a beautiful thing what has happened to me on the inside since I've started this, because before this I'm still the same person I was, okay? I don't want to make it like, oh, this big drastic change happened. But what has changed is my confidence level, just like my self-belief, to be honest. Like, if I'm going to say everything, it's mostly like my self-belief and the fact that I know that I have to change almost like everything in my life. The belief kind of came from the people who rock with me too, like the people, my friends, family, like people commenting on my posts. Other people have gotten inspired from me just making these, like, I think I'm on like day 14. People have been inspired just from these 14 days. Somebody who I fought in a kickboxing tournament, we follow each other, and he's in a training camp right now, and he started to post his journey, and he said that I inspired him. People have told me that I inspired them, and I'm like, wow, what do you mean I inspired you? Like, me personally, I'm like, yo, I ain't shit. How are you guys freaking inspired by me? And like I said, that's a self-esteem issue and a confidence issue. I can't only get my self-esteem and my confidence from these people commenting on my stuff, because what happens when I'm down, like when I'm down, not feeling good in the day about myself or about my circumstances? Am I just going to stop posting? No. I have to keep going because I owe it to the people who are watching me. And like I said, just a beautiful thing that's happened. I've gotten way more self-belief. And the fact that I know I have to change. This is like one of the most beautiful things that I'm thinking. Like, it's not like some things aren't beautiful about it, because when you need to change, you have to look all of your negativity in the eye. Like, you have to face your negativity. I don't want to get too into detail of my life, but I feel like I need to change everything, like, before this journey even happens. Like, before and after, I have to take care of business. The things that I need to change in life need to change now. If I really want to be the difference that I want to see, I need to change everything. I can't keep settling for less. You can't keep settling for less. Whatever you see as being the highest version of yourself, and what you see as being your highest actions, you have to take that on and do it. Not tomorrow, not next week. You have to do it from now. And nobody's perfect. Don't get that in your head that people are perfect out here. People are not perfect. It's going to be ups and downs. You're going to have good days. You're going to have bad days. But the lesson to be learned is to actually just take action. Take action on your good days. Take action on your bad days. Don't let up. And I'm probably going to wrap it up here, because I just wanted to make it to tell you guys that I'm running across Canada. And I'm not taking no for an answer. And this is going to happen. Like I said, I don't exactly know how. But I told myself I have to just start. Starting is the first step. Because I'm not going to know how. I'm not going to have the 3 people to go with me. I'm not going to have the car, the at least 10 pairs of shoes that I'm going to need to get across the country in. I'm not going to have all these things unless I start this video series. And my confidence was like a really big test that I had to face. I had to face myself even. Like, a lot of these things is just come into my mind. I'm not rehearsed. I don't really mind how it sounds. I don't really care how it sounds. And like I said, I have to change. I have to change a lot. I have to change my thinking. I have to change my beliefs. And I know that I'm not going to be able to actually make this trip if I don't start this Instagram series. So make sure you go check it out. This is Swimmer Sink. Never take no for an answer. And remember, life is always in flux. and you're either fluxing positively or you're fluxing negatively. Choose your faith. Swim or sink.